MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell, along with a host of other individuals, are still facing their lawsuits from Dominion Voting Systems, unlike Fox News, who of course last week settled for $787 million. And I think at the time, when the settlement was announced, of course, Mike Lindell was not happy about it, but I think it took a couple days for that figure, $787 million. I think it took a couple days for that to really sink into MyPillow guy's head. Because a couple days after it, at the end of last week, the man went on his little Lindell TV thing and had an epic meltdown. Let me read you what Mike Lindell said. And again, this was days after the settlement was announced. And I think because it took a couple days for him to really process, like, how screwed he is. So here is what he said. There's a lot, so bear with me. This little settlement that Fox did, do I think that there's some kind of strange things behind that? A company that called Arizona early that never reached out to me for any evidence, and then they make this settlement over here? I think there's more coming. Let me stop right here. There is more coming. More lawsuits. More trials. And you know that because you're involved in several of them. It's just very strange that you don't take that route. Hey, let's see if there was evidence. Let's see the evidence. And instead of just playing lawfare and then you don't even ever talk to or even have anybody on about things that are going on right now, currently. The only thing currently going on right now is that you keep making the same claims you've been making for 2.5 years, and they're just as false today as they were back then. And we know that, by the way, because you recently got hit with a $5 million arbitration verdict because you were proven wrong, not just by a computer forensics expert, but a computer forensic expert that happens to be also a Trump voter. So your own people proved that your data was false. He continues, even if Dominion or Smartmatic or any of them offered me $1 billion, I would say no. Your machines are going to go bye-bye. Fox News, whatever they did, they chose to take a different direction and make a dirty deal with Dominion. So, okay, I guess I got to stop again before I can continue. Hold up, dude. How do you think the settlement works? You think Dominion is paying them? Like, why would Dominion or Smartmatic, and you're an idiot, by the way, for mentioning by name, why would they offer you $1 billion? Like, what friggin' world are you living in? Like, how do you think settlements work? Like, Fox News settled. Dominion doesn't have to pay them. They have to pay Dominion. Dominion's not going to offer you $1 billion. You're probably going to have to offer them $1 billion, which you don't have. Like, what is going on? What is going on in this man's brain? Is there anything going on in this man's brain at this point? Because that's insane. That statement is insane. Nobody's offering you any money. They're suing you for lots of money. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Like, sometimes folks doing this, like, it becomes too much because I'm dealing with a level of stupidity and having to try to process it and understand their thought process. And it's impossible because these people are just friggin' bonkers. And I will say I am doing an amazing job of censoring my own language here because, wow, I just want to let it fly. Let's continue with Mike Lindell's statement. The settlement is a big distraction. This is all timed. It's almost like, what? You make a deal, a dirty deal with Dominion and give them money for what? The public doesn't buy it. There's something that went on. It doesn't even make sense. They did nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong other than Smartmatic, remember, sued Fox on February 4th of 2021. Where's that lawsuit? Pending, asshole. It's pending. That's where it is. Good. Okay. I'm gonna bring it in. I'm gonna land this. We're gonna get through this together, folks. This is nuts. He doesn't understand. Like, he is freaking out because I think part of him understands how screwed he is, but the other part of him still doesn't. Like, he still can't even grasp that. And we see this all the time, you know, with certain people who do commit crimes. Not saying Lindell has committed crimes, I'm just comparing it to this. But they lack the mental capacity to understand the difference between right and wrong. And honest to God, like, we may be dealing with that with Mike Lindell. Like, he may genuinely not understand. He may not be capable of the cognitive processes necessary to understand that what he did was wrong and that he has to face the music for it regardless. Like, that's what I'm getting out of these statements. He understands it to a degree, but he also needs to understand that, as I said, you mentioned them both by name. You're still accusing them of wrongdoing, both Dominion and Smartmatic. Like, that's going to be used against you in the lawsuits you're still facing from both of those companies. The best thing for him to do right now, and I'm shocked his lawyers are not blowing up his phone telling him this, is shut the F up. Like, your lawyers are going to now be in a position where every segment you do, including this one, and I only read the best parts, there is more, by the way, but they are going to use every single bit of this, Dominion and Smartmatic, against you in court, because they're going to use it to prove that you have not stopped, that you have not apologized, and that you will continue, in their minds, defaming the company. I personally think you are too, but the jury has to decide that before we can make that distinction. Everything you say, every tweet you send out, every video you produce is going to be used against you in court. And his poor lawyers are looking at this, and they have got to be smacking their heads against their desks, because every time the man opens his mouth, he makes his own legal problems worse, and there's not much they can do about it. So I kind of want him to continue, because I really want him to lose these lawsuits. But at the same time, having, a background in, the legal profession, it drives me insane to watch this happen, because I know that these lawyers are absolutely losing their minds as they watch him lose his mind and make his legal problems that much worse. But he can't stop. He won't stop. And you're ranting and raving like, Fox didn't call me for the evidence. Because you don't have it. Because it doesn't exist. Because what you're alleging happened never happened, bud. Your own contest, Prove Mike Wrong, proved that, because you were proven wrong according to the arbitration panel. I don't get what you don't get about all of this. Your legal problems are still there. The Smartmatic lawsuit against Fox News is still going on. It's still, proceeding to trial as far as we know. And your legal problems are going to keep getting worse the longer you insist on running your mouth. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.